Hi everybody, it's Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop here in Torrington, Connecticut. Happy first day of Advent. So I have a package here that I have opened up that has the Advent kit in it, and I'm going to go through, we're going to go through day one today, and then we'll go through the subsequent days. I have already started getting calls about some questions, so I am hoping that you are all going to be watching this so that I can clear up anything that might be confusing to you. So we learn these things as we go, unfortunately. So anyway, I unwrapped the package and I'm going to take it out of the box. So anyway, here it is, and it's little wrapping in the box. Take this out. Okay, so day one. And this is where my sister and I kind of went back and forth, and it was like, well, you know, you cannot just assume. Every time you make an assumption, you get yourself into trouble. This is day one. The first bag that is right on top of your little Advent package here is day one. I know it doesn't say day one, but we didn't have any nice little stickers wouldn't have stayed on this. We probably should have put something in here with a nice big one on it so that that would be super clear. But anyway, this is day one. Also, in day one, I'll just go over what's in day one. This is all the yarn that is going to be used for both of your sheep. Now, whether you have a 6-day or a 12-day Advent, you will have enough yarn to do 2 sheep. Okay, so what comes in day one? Let's take a look. So first off, we have a tapestry needle in here. So these are kind of like the things that you're going to need first off and throughout. Now, okay, you will find, now this was a 6-day that I'm actually opening up a customer's that's going to be picking theirs up later today. I'm going to wrap it all back up for them later. But here is, as a 6-day, you get a half a ball of mohair. Okay, but when you have if you have a 12-day, you're going to have a full ball of mohair in your kit. You will also get some sort of ball, either one of these little balls, 25 grams, or you're going to get like a wound down little cake of 25 grams of wool for your project. Both of these yarns are not being used for your sheep. I mean, adding mohair would be lovely, but this mohair is actually for something else. We just ran out of room. We have these tiny little packets. As you know, you look in your packets here and you'll see the little packages. Some of the yarns with everything else in there, it was just too tight a fit. So we just decided to go ahead and put all the, well, not all of it, but the wool that would not fit in the packets easily into the first day package. So the 2 whites are not for your sheep. Okay, what you will be getting for your sheep is, and my sister, thank goodness for her that she did this, the little charcoal bit here, it has a little wrapper that says sheep features. So the little arms, the little hooves, and the face, hair, that will all be done with this. And then we wrap this up here, and this is one of the sheep bodies. Okay, so that was for this one here, and then you have your little face and other features, and then this here says sheep's body. So the light gray, I know when I came out with Noel, we did not do brown features because there were a number of people that said they really didn't want brown in their kit. And I said, you know what, that's fine, because we weren't going to do the oatmeal anyway. This was my sample, and I started doing my other sample so that I could show you how to go about doing this in the light gray that is in your kit. So Noel, there's no oatmeal, there's no brown. You are going to get 2 sheep grays, and you're going to get a dark for the face, and then also you have your eyes in the bag as well. And this is your little treat for the day. My sister made so many really nice things for me for the kits. So this one has, you're either going to get one of these little containers or a little lip balm in a tube, but anyway, they're lip balms, and so that's your little treat for the day. So let me put this, I'm going to put this all back in here, put this kit back together. So anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, or probably better to give me a call, because you'll get me better that way. I don't always hear the texting or check my email right away. I do try to stay on top of it, but it doesn't always happen. Okay, so let's make sure everything's back in her kit, because then what we're going to do is delve into the pattern and how to go about making your sheep. So let me put this in here, and then now I understand, which I certainly didn't need to hear this today, is that we are supposed to be getting some weather. We're going to be supposed to be getting some snow either starting tonight in through tomorrow. So that, I'm not quite sure where that has me for tomorrow as far as coming into the shop, but I will figure out. If it means I have to come back later today and do a second one of these for tomorrow, we will do that. I will do that. Okay, so here we go. So this is going to be, there we go. Okay, so now, so you will also, in your packet, you will have your pattern for the sheep. Now, all your other patterns will be found in each packet as each day goes by. But today, most important is going to be our sheep pattern. And let's go through this. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is, after this is done, I am going to put a post. I probably should get like everybody's email and do like a mass email for any updates. So anyway, definitely check. Probably even put it on the website. I'll figure something out so that I'll have some clarifications if you have any questions about something. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. Okay, then the first question I did put in the pattern that you're going to have, you will be using a size 1, 2, 3 double point needles for the different things in the patterns. I neglected to say right off the bat here, for your body, when you cast on, you are casting on with the number 2 needle. You know, if you cast on with the 1, it's not a big deal. Even if you cast on with a 3, I'm just, depending on how you knit, you want your knitting to be firm enough that you don't have to worry about stuffing coming out. Although, like I know, Noelle, my initial one here, I know I knit her a little looser. And I know that I knit, I keep forgetting their names, Nicholas a little bit snugger. So it'll just alter the sizing a little bit, but it's not crucial. But I would suggest using a size 2. And that is what I used for my bodies last night when I got started to make my sample. So so we'll just kind of talk through the pattern. So you're going to cast on your stitches, and what's happening is you are working your body from the bottom up. So here's a finished body. Okay, there it is. So I cast on in the round on the bottom, worked my way up, and then did my decreases at the top. And that's another thing I need to, no, I think that's actually fine. So anyway, and then we're going to leave this open because our legs, which I'll show you the legs, are going to get put in there. I had initially made Noelle a little bit more complicated, and I decided to simplify the pattern. I had actually started with the feet up and then added the body. But writing the pattern was a little more complex. And I just said, you know what, it's definitely, and it was suggested to me that it would be way easier to go easier. So that's what I did. Also, because you're working on size 2 double point needles, and here's my little, whoops, I pulled out the wrong needle. Have you done that? I've pulled out the needle that I wanted to pull out that is in my yarn, in my knitting, is not the one I grabbed. I grabbed the one with stitches on it. Okay, so there we go. I know that probably looks like really intimidating, but it's not. So I find sometimes, especially depending on what kind of yarn it is. But what you can do when you go to cast on, you can also do magic loop for this if you wanted to. That is not my, it's not the way I'm a double point lady, double point needle gal. So that's the way I go. So what you can do to make this a little bit easier for yourself is to cast on all your stitches onto one double point needle. And then instead of knitting across and dividing up your stitches as you go on that first row, sometimes it could be a little fiddly. So what I'm giving you permission to do this. I do this a lot. Lots of times I will do this when I have a lot of stitches and I'm worried about joining and I'm worried that I'm going to twist it. What you can do, because you're going to have a tail, you have to sew up that little bit of the join from your beginning to end anyway, like I have right here. So right there is where I cast on and joined. And I have a nice little way when I tuck my yarn in, it closes it up and you don't see it. But what you can do, instead of trying to be, work with fiddly 3 needles on that first cast on, is just knit 2 rows. Knit a row, purl a row, and then join them. This way you don't have to worry. You could see your when you go to join, you can see your knitting much better so that you don't accidentally twist it. And that really works very, very well when you have a lot of stitches. But also that just helps with fiddly knitting like this, to just not get frustrated the first row out. And then once you do that and you join, then you just do your double point needle thing and you're great. So anyway, this particular, so I decided, since I already had Nicholas with the dark gray, that I would do the light gray for name to be determined for the other sheep. So what I'm going to do is I will be doing the pieces. I will be making another sheep along with you. Now, because we have outfits coming along, what I thought I would do, and I just figured this out last night, is we will go day 2. You'll have packages in there. By the way, you'll have 2 packages that say number 2 on there. Don't get worried that you don't have 2s of other things. It's just that, again, our packaging was small and we could not fit the gift into that one package. So you'll have 2 packages, 2 separate packages tomorrow. I'm sorry, I have to calm down. We'll talk after. So, yeah, so what I decided to do is tomorrow we will start on one of the garments. But nobody's probably, I really doubt it. I mean, this is what I did last night. I got body, legs, almost the whole other arm done last night. But hey, that's not anywhere near getting one done. You might want to consider, instead of getting both of them right now, concentrate on just getting the one done and then just, work through the garments, or be working on one sheep. And what I'm going to do is tomorrow we will talk about the garment that's going to be a number 2, but we're also going to go back and I'm going to talk about knitting the head tomorrow. So you might want to just do that. So we're going to do sheep as long as it takes us to get through, and then also add the advent calendar. The clothing as we go too. So every day you'll have a new garment, but every day you'll also will work on the sheep. Okay. So so what I did was I cast on for the little legs. So here's my legs. Oh, and that was also another thing in the pattern. Okay, so there's our little legs. In the pattern, and you know what? If it seems like you're getting a little freaked out by how many stitches you're working on 3 needles, you could also add an extra stitch and work it back and forth, or extra stitch or 2, depending on how you're going to sew it up, and just work it back and forth. So work instead of doing it in the round, just work it flat. It's not a big deal. And then you could put a seam up the back if you want. So, if that makes you more comfortable to do that, go for it. I give you permission. So, okay, so that's our little legs. And then also here's one arm. And I don't know why I thought last night that I was going to, I guess I just wanted to leave it on the needle so you could see it. I kind of wanted to finish it, but then I said, nah, let me let you see this. I just want to take a look at the body, at this. Neck shaping, you're going to have your 2 legs. Let's see. If you come across anything that you think is wrong in the pattern, please let me know. I did have somebody question me on round 5 that they came out with a different number of stitches. I did mine and I still came out with the same number that's here. So that actually made me feel good. Like, okay, good. There's not a big thing that I have to tell everybody that's wrong. The one thing I did want to say though, and that was brought to my attention, and she's correct, where it says on the body to knit 20 rounds, or it should be 2.5 inches. If you don't have 20, if you need more rounds or less rounds, you might need more rounds. You want the 2.5 inches. That's the more important. Don't worry about the rounds. You want to get to 2.5 inches. That's most important. I think when I went to do the body, I think I was a couple rounds short when I counted. Normally I don't bother with rounds. I was just trying to add additional information to the pattern. But I went by inches on this. Let's see, legs. Oh, there was a question about that too. Cast on, change, knit. Oh, I know what it was. Okay, if you look at the pattern, and you go to the arms, there's an additional row that I did not put on to the legs, and you're all going to get a nice complete pattern with all the patterns all together, rather than all of them cut up in pieces in each individual pattern packet like I did, because I wanted it to be a surprise. So you all are going to be gifted through Ravelry a complete pattern, and I'm sure that I've already started making little tweaks on this, like, oh, I could have worded that better. But the one thing that I would do is when you get to the legs and it just says that you're going to knit 4 rounds in your darker color, that's fine. 4 rounds is fine. But the pattern does not mention that I say to knit 2 together all the way around the next round, and then knit around and then finish. So what I'm going to say is, when you get to the color on this, numbers wise it's fine, but you might want to look at you can do, I don't want to make this really complicated for you. I'm going to put the change up for you so that you can do that. You can do it the way that it says. It's just that without doing the knit 2 together, your hooves are going to be a little more gathered looking, which could be good. I mean, I haven't tried it that way. It'll still work. It'll just be more gathered rather than to have the little shaping that a knit 2 together around would give you. Okay. All right. So we'll make that correction. But the arms are fine as written, and that's what your arm is going to look like. And I'm just going to finish that one up. And let me just see if there's anything else I want to talk about before. I know some of you are just chomping at the bit to get going. You can start your head if you want to, but that is what I'm going to knit up tonight, and then I will talk about it tomorrow. I might even, well, we'll see what happens with tomorrow. But I mean, it's going to happen one way or another. So yeah, so if you wanted just to do body, legs, the arms are further down in the pattern, but go ahead and make them. You have to make them anyway. And then we'll go and we'll talk about the head tomorrow if you'd like to do that. Or you can just carry on and go about it yourself. And then after that, it'll be just little finishing things. So we can probably, we'll be talking about the sheep for a couple of days. So, okay. So anyway, I think that's it. I need to get, I have a lot of work to do to get all the orders that came in over the weekend, and with this weather coming in tomorrow, I really want to get some shipped out today. Yeah, okay. That's it. And I'm sorry, I am not all decked out. I had a hat that I started knitting, in a red hat, and I don't know, who knows, maybe it'll get done for tomorrow too. But I'm just, where I have, if you noticed here, I have the Advent, the chicken, the tree with the advent from last year. All the chicks, not all of them, but some of the chicks are on here. So that's as close to, I think I just dropped one. That's as close to holiday as I'm getting right now. But hopefully I'll just keep adding some holidays background and stuff as we go. But anyway, so that's it. So I'm going to leave you today. I want to hurry up and get this up so that you can start watching and start knitting. And if you have any questions, please feel free. And I feel so awful. It's really starting to make, I have to stop saying how busy I am, because I hate it. I really feel bad when you call me and you say, I know you're busy, but can I ask you this? That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I am here to answer your questions if you have any. So do not feel bad. Do not feel that you need to apologize to take some of my time to ask a question. Okay? So I will get on. I'm going to do this right now for you. So enjoy and happy knitting with your first, whichever one you decide to go with, the dark gray or the light gray. But again, don't worry about the mohair and the white. Those are going to come with the clothing. Okay, those are going to be for clothing. Although if you have some, you know something, if you had some extra mohair, either gray or the white, or whatever color you want to do. I mean, the white would be nice with this, or a light gray or a charcoal. How nice. Oh, I wish I'd kind of thought about that when I was doing my sample. But how nice would that be to have a nice fuzzy? So if you have extra, go for it. I think that would be great. I would love to see it. Okay, I'm going to let you go. And thanks for watching. And again, any questions, just get in touch with me. And I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.